The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy. Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're from.
It is a big idea.
No, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty.
You were broken skull and bones to secret society.
You should shell out.
Social blue contact. What does that mean for America?
That's what they say. Yeah, well, there you go.
I told you what happened with the gig, yeah? When this guy came down. No. Did I tell you? I went with Sam the Afghan. And Tommy, I went with the rookie, his missus, the Afghan and his missus as well.
Who is it?
This guy's Zach Knight. Check it out. There's... Zach Knight, yeah. He was at
Zachary.
Zachary. He's English, but with like Indian, I think maybe Pakistani descent as well. I'm not sure, or Afghan. I can't remember, but he's Indian.
English with a bit of spice.
Yeah, yeah.
Bit of flavour.
It's like Jay Sean, man. Jay Sean's Indian.
Yeah.
He's Punjab something, Pakistani or Bengali, something. Can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Seven. It was at Seven's nightclub. We rock up, we pay the $50 whatever to get in. It was dead at like 10:30, 11. I can't remember what time we got there. It wasn't late, but it was fashionably late. Place was empty. Then slowly people started milling in. This guy came out. He was built to come out at like 11, I think. Maybe? I can't remember.
Like 8 people.
10:30, 11. Yeah. I can't remember. It was early, man. Like the show was meant to start early.
He's wearing a Zach Knight t-shirt.
We were there. We were there till 1:15, and the cunt hadn't come out yet. And they kept stalling for time. They did because they had other performers before him, obviously.
Keeping you hanging.
One dude was lip syncing. One dude was shit. One girl was shit.
Was it because of customs in Tullamarine? They wouldn't let him in.
Yeah, I can't remember why. But it just kept stalling, and they were doing dance-off competition, and all random filler crap.
Were you dancing?
No. And I had a 6 a.m. that day, that morning. And it got to 1:15. I'm like, nah. I go, fuck this cunt. He's not worth my next shift. I'm done. I tried.
And he came on 6 minutes later.
Dude, we left at 1:15, and he hadn't come out yet. I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I actually tweeted him as well. What did I say?
How dare you, Zach?
No, because I cracked it. I'm like, you know what, fuck this, man. He's not... It's like Guns N' Roses, yeah?
Yeah. They came out an hour late, yeah?
My godsister in Sydney messaged me because she went and saw him on Friday. And I go, how was it? She goes, they came out at 8 o'clock. They were built to come out at 8. They came out at 8:01. And they played for 2.5 hours straight. Straight. No intermission, nothing. Just kept going. And they killed it.
Mr. Brownstone.
Dude, they did it. Then last night, they came out at 8:30, right? They were built it to come out at 8-ish, and they came out at 8:30.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, and I said, you know what, man? I go, considering Axl Rose was the biggest diva of the rock industry, he would leave. He was who was it? It was a Madonna in.
Oh, she came out 2.5, 3 hours later?
Yeah, came out 2.5, 3 hours later or whatever. And do you know what I mean? I go, Axl Rose, if he was an hour late, I'd be like, well, it's Axl Rose. Yeah, he holds a bit of weight.
We'll let it slide.
Yeah, but Zach Knight, dude, he's got an internet fan base, here. He's pushing a lot of units now dude, the Bollywood scene is massive, across the world. But I actually tweeted on that night, and I wrote, I am Zach Knight, promote your nights with a budget, bro. Dead shit pre-show and unfashionable starting time, please. Welcome to Melbourne. I just walked.
Get your shit together, Zachary.
But do you know what killed it? I looked up because someone said to me, "What the hell is he? What's he doing?" And I go, "No, let me check." So I got on Insta or Twitter, and I just saw him. It's ready for the Melbourne show, come at me or something. It was done 12 hours earlier. He was dressed. He was dressed 12 hours ago. What have you been doing?
Man, I reckon he was in the back room just doing lines.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It pissed me off, though.
Zach Knight.
Big time. It pissed me off, man.
You're not Diddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, you're not like fucking Diddy.
If you're Axl Rose or like Akon or something, or anyone, like, yeah, go for your life. Take your time.
We'll wait.
Yeah, man. But Gunners last night fucking killed it, man.
Guns N' Roses for your Valentine's Day. You spent watching Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, my cousin called me last year and he didn't call me, just messaged me and just said, "Hey, man, Guns N' Roses are coming next year. I'm sorting tickets out like right now. Look, we would have sold out." I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I didn't even think about it. I'm like, yeah, done.
And what was the verdict? Was it good?
Mate, Axl Rose has not lost. If anything, he's gotten better.
Wow.
He was like,
Because he's shred the arrogance.
yeah.
He's now a performer.
Like the whole thing was billed as not in his lifetime because like there was no way they were ever going to get back together, you know. And apparently he was taking vocal lessons like all last year.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then dude, he's a singer for AC/DC. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He took over
They sacked
from
what's his name? What's his fucking name? I keep forgetting his name. Like I know I shouldn't, but I keep forgetting the guy's name. 'Cause I liked him. I liked the old singer of AC/DC.
Is it something young?
No, that's Angus Young. That's the guitarist.
I don't
You don't
know.
know AC/DC?
No, I don't know.
thought,
I'm not a fan.
With the bogan sort of roots.
No, I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
No one in the gully bled.
Brian Johnson!
That's it.
Brian Johnson, yeah.
Hells Bells!
And what was their first one? Bon Scott or something?
Yeah, Bon Scott. He
Yeah.
died.
He was the OG.
Jailbreak.
Yeah, dude, they sacked him for. Was he going deaf or?
Yeah, they're saying he had health problems and he couldn't hear properly and stuff, so they're like, you know what, Brian? Fuck off!
Yeah, dude, so unceremoniously. Like, he's been a singer for them for 25 years or something.
Dude, he's...
Yeah, because I remember being a kid and he was on Shook Me All Night Long.
Yeah.
You know?
Actually, let me have a look. Actually, I want to have a look at that. See
Yeah.
how long he's been, because Bon Scott did the first album.
No, because Brian Johnson I remember him on Shook Me All Night Long because I remember the film clip because he comes home with the groceries and his missus is on the bed and then it turns into a mechanical bull. Do you remember that clip?
No, I don't remember it.
I remember it. We had it on like an old VHS tape. Like
Yeah.
we had a VHS tape with like the first clip on that tape was bad.
Yeah.
You know, and then I still remember it. Like if I play it back, there's that Talking Heads song, "Drive Me Crazy."
Yeah.
Like I still remember every song on that tape. Lombarda was on there. That song from Rain Man, with that Jamaica, not Jamaica feel. They had like what was it called? Did you watch Rain Man with Dustin Hoffman and
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the? Hang on. There was the soundtrack to Rain Man. It was like the lead song.
I don't know it, but I remember the movie.
Shit, I barely remember the movie, but I remember that song. Like it's just fuck. What was it called?
Well, Bon Scott was from 74 to 80.
Yeah.
6 years, and he obviously died. So, young Brian Johnson was a singer for AC/DC for 36 years, man.
No shit.
1980 to 2016.
Yeah.
That's a lot of singing.
But
Dude, that's...
they literally released him from his contract. Like, you're gone.
Thanks for your
Thanks for your
36
services.
years.
Literally, thanks for your services and good
fuck
luck.
off.
Yeah.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
Like, unceremonious. Like, completely. I'm like, dude, like, I get Angus Young, like, owns the band and does whatever he wants with it. But at the same time, like, this guy's been a part of the mix for 36 years. Like, give the guy credit, like, somewhere. They just, like literally, like, they're like, no, it was nice seeing you, man.
Thanks for all those
We'll
years.
have to catch up for a drink sometime.
I'll send you a fruit basket. Here's a fruit basket for you.
Literally, man. But then Axl Rose took over, and for his first performances, they were like, oh, you know, is he going to be able to do it? La, la, la. And the first performances, he'd injured himself somehow, and he did them literally from like a wheelchair, like just propped up on stage.
Yeah.
He had his leg in a cast, but he killed it.
Yeah.
They were like, all the critics were like, man, this guy's like smashed it. And then, and then apparently started taking vocal lessons again and blah, blah, blah. Then my cousin saw a few clips on the net and he's like, oh, dude, I've watched some of their live shows now and it's like he's taking it to another level. And I'll be honest, man, he was doing range notes, shit you wouldn't have heard on the album. Killed it. And you gotta remember, like the guy, how old's Axl Rose now? 50, he'd be in his 50s.
Be in his 50s.
Because he was in his 20s in the 80s.
Yeah.
Stats, man.
Yeah, so he'd be in his 50s.
Hit me with the figures.
And he's got that, his face is all
Sandboy
taut.
Weathered.
Yeah, no, his face is all strangely taut. Remember when he killed the plastic?
55.
Yeah.
So Botox.
He killed the plastic surgery about 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. Like, he had the cornrows and the goatee, like, looked like an ICP member. Remember Insane Clown Posse?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I knew you would. Yeah, I remember him from that period. He sort of went weird. And then, but, like, he was watching him last night, and he's got like the ripped denim with the flannelette shirt, leather jacket, like
Nice.
rock t-shirt,
Dude,
bandana.
what happened to
Nice.
Slash there?
What about him?
He just put on weight? Like, what's wrong with him?
Oh, what do you want him to be, man? The guy's
He's off the drugs, so he's put on weight.
Yeah, he's 50 odd now as well. They'd all be in their 50s.
Slash looks fucked.
Dude, we look worse than they do, and we're in our 30s. Yeah.
Nah, I look better than him.
So look, nah, dude, he looks big there.
Slash.
Yeah.
But was he music-wise? As in, like,
Dude, musically, they're all on point.
Yeah.
And they did like heaps of shit that you wouldn't have heard on any of the albums, which was good. The only thing was the G. Have you ever been to a concert at the G? I've never.
no.
No, I haven't actually.
I was thinking about it last night because we sat down. I haven't been to the G.
I've been to Etihad, but not the G. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie had like I've seen Eminem there. I've seen.
Yeah.
Like,
How are the acoustics? As in,
well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like we were in the nosebleeds, like up the top, sort of.
Yeah, I saw your Insta pics pretty far back.
Yeah, dude, it was sold out, man. Like it was fucked, and the front mosh tickets were like 500 something.
I would have expected you to be crowd surfing in the fucking front.
You have $500 you want to give me, man?
No.
Yeah, dude. You know me. I never go to concerts and sit in the crowd, man, unless I have to, and there was no way I could afford it.
Oh, well, yeah, it's Guns N' Roses, so.
Yeah,
No, well, look, when are you going to see them again?
Never in this lifetime,
Yeah.
man. Never in this lifetime.
And people thought they were exactly never going to
Well,
see
I
them.
was saying, my cousin and I were texting each other this morning, and we were saying that because I said it to him. Okay, you know what's cool is we both saw Eminem in 2001 with D12.
Yep.
Like before Proof died, Eminem was still on the drugs. So he had the chainsaw and the Jason mask. Okay, we saw that Eminem at his peak, like in that era, and we've managed to see Guns N' Roses with the full lineup. Like
That's cool.
That's never going to happen again. Like that's
Nice.
it. Watch after this tour. I guarantee you they're going to have a blue one. It'll be over.
Well, the thing is though, like no one thought Axl would come back at all again.
Yeah.
Like he did Chinese Democracy and all that kind of stuff, and that was like, you know what? That wasn't a bad album.
I only heard a couple songs off that album. I heard him yesterday, and I actually liked him, man.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad album, man. Like honestly, like for him doing it solo in a way, like
Yeah.
because
Well, all the other they asked if you get on just even Wiki. I was reading about it, and all the other band members, their opinions of the album was basically like, it's great to hear Axl's voice again, and it's the album that he would have always wanted to make, but would never have been able to make with the original Guns N' Roses members because the direction was too different.
Yeah.
It was like a real Nine Inch Nails sort of sound, like
Yeah.
even almost industrial at some points.
Yep.
But then there's a ballad on that album which it says he wrote it in '92, and it sounds
Wow.
like '92. It's just piano.
yeah.
What are Guns N' Roses' biggest songs? Like,
Are
you serious?
No, because I always get confused with like Aerosmith and stuff because I'm not into that sort
Oh,
of.
like Glam.
Dude,
Okay, do you know which song you would know? And I actually think of you now as well. Like it's weird because of this song is in a movie we both love.
Yeah.
And I
guess?
remember.
Terminator.
Yeah. you could be mine.
Yeah.
When he's on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because like I always think of my cousins when I think of that song or the Terminator, but then I start thinking of you because I know
Yeah, 'cause
you
we
love
always
that
joke
scene.
about that scene, yeah.
Do you remember the song? Do you remember the song?
Yeah, I remember the song.
could be mine.
Yeah, that's a sick song actually.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna play it for you, but you already know.
Dude, just a start.
All right.
Do it.
John Connor's on the back of the bike.
This is an ode to Johnny and Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, man.
You wish you were John Connor, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. On
Yeah,
the
man.
dirt bike with the swords, like
With the hair, you know that
Yeah.
big part.
I just love when it kicks in. Dude, Gunners were massive. Like they,
You can't debate them. Like you can't debate that fact.
No.
Gunners just put on a show, man, and that's the thing. Like we were sitting in the nosebleeds, top tier, and they're in their 50s, and he's still running around, man, like he was 20.
Yeah,
like
it's good effort.
just bolting up and down the stage and just like screaming. Still got it. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Did you imagine
Yeah.
seeing him when they were in their 20s? Like,
We're doing wild.
like a young
Yeah.
Axl Rose,
Yeah,
just
man.
like flipping out. Yeah, man.
do you know how many summers I spent blaring that song, like just burning it out through Clayton, like to go to the beach or something? Like, you could be mine.
in the R31.
Yeah, man. That wheel's just
Actually, I was watching a documentary on the history of metal, so when I'm bored.
you know,
Nothing else to do.
it's what we do.
So, and it was saying like, there was one stage where Metallica and Gunners had a concert together in California. Like, could you imagine that? Seeing Metallica and Guns N' Roses, like in their prime. We're talking like late '80s kind of thing. And they said, because Guns N' Roses caused a riot because Metallica performed, and this is when like both were quite equul.
You want to love how
size.
it's gone back to Metallica somehow?
Always.
I'm bringing up Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, but this is
Always with the Trollman.
and literally Axel like got on stage, sang one song, cracked it, and walked off, and caused
Standard.
a massive riot. They ruined
crack
the
it?
arena. They ruined the arena. People started rioting. Cops were called. It was like anarchy, man.
Why did he crack it?
Huh?
Why did he crack it?
Something to
a
do with
diva.
something to do with the volume.
He's a diva.
Refused. Like walked off stage.
Didn't get his chilled water or something.
He was the biggest diva.
Literally, his volume wasn't up to where he wanted it. Went backstage, and then they interviewed him after, and he's like, well, you know, like, I didn't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I didn't get what I wanted, and that was it. And that is what ruined Guns N' Roses. A lot of it to do with his attitude.
diva-ishness.
Just
His attitude.
Imagine that, man. Like Bieber, yeah. Like you look at Bieber now, and everyone's like, "Oh, you know what a brat."
Yeah.
It's like, well, dude's got like millions of dollars. You know, he doesn't give a.
Yeah, but he'd always come on stage and perform, though. He wouldn't walk off stage after a song. Like, yes, Metallica again. But in Copenhagen, Metallica had a concert 2 weeks ago, and Hetfield's voice was blown, man. Like, full blown. And he still got through half the concert.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm so sorry, I can't keep going, because, like, he blew his voice out. And then he gave everyone, like, free shows. Like, in Copenhagen again. They did a
Have you
free
read,
show.
That's pretty good.
Have you read Paul Stanley's autobiography? Or
No,
seen it?
that's one thing I'd love to.
Kiss?
I'd love
Kiss, right, yeah.
I'd love to read him, because I reckon he'd have
I
some
was at my
fucking
Lucas
stories,
house
man.
a couple of weeks ago. We were organising,
it's
we're organising his best man's bucks for his own wedding, and we had the Paul Stanley bio playing for some reason. We had it playing.
Oh, you were in his house. You were in
Yeah,
Malaka's
but,
house.
It wasn't him that pulled it up. It was George. He pulled it up. It was just a part on Peter Criss, the original drummer, about how he was just a diva and a useless cunt or whatever. He just started telling stories about it. But he said the turning point, like they were he goes, they were, even though he was like a subpar drummer, even though he was this, even though he was that, they were determined to put up with it just to get through. Hoping to God that I could just get through to the next level.
Yep.
And he said the turning point, he goes, the final straw for him was when they were at a show somewhere in New York, and they were on stage, and he visibly, like, just started fucking the show up. Like, as
Just
in,
on
playing too
purpose.
fast, playing too slow,
Yeah.
stopping, starting. Like,
Just on purpose?
Whatever, yeah. And just, I think he threw like a drum. He did, I can't remember what he said.
Threw a stick at Gene Simmons.
And Paul Stanley said that was it. He goes, fucking with us in the background is one thing, but not when you're on stage where there are fans who have paid money to see you
Yeah.
perform.
Fair
That's
enough.
not right.
Yeah.
He goes, and that was like the turning point. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck that. You know what I mean?
How was your Valentine's Day, Trollman?
Worked. Oh, no, sorry. I took Ren for breakfast, and then I went to work.
What'd you do, man?
I just went to Springvale for a Vietnamese feast.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really good.
Nice. Yeah, low key, like, I don't know, Valentine's Day, man. Like, I'm all for it and stuff like that, but when people go overboard, like, I don't know, you should love your partner regardless. Like, it's not something that it should be one day, and the rest of the day is like, piss off, bitch, and beat the shit out of it.
I was going to say, old Simo, that mate of mine who does that column as well, and the like editorial replies and stuff. He raised a good point. I didn't get to reply to him because he asked me. Isn't it just he texted me because I was responding to what he had said? Because he said, actually, I'll read it out. Everyone that listen, you should check out oldsimo.com.
I think people expect to, like, girls expect, like, you know, expectations, and they always get let down, and it's just a fucking...
Like, I'm pretty, like, my missus is pretty good, man. She hasn't really, like...
Mine's been horrible, except for yesterday. She was good. She's finally...
But I also I got, flowers sent to her at work, but today, because obviously she wasn't at work yesterday, it was a day off.
Yeah.
So I got, like, flowers sent to her today. So she got them now, and she's messaged me.
You old romantic.
Yeah.
He put up a video and it just said, because basically what he does, right, is he runs a forum, which is a debate, discussion, quest for truth, you know. It's pretty much what we do, but he does it in written print, and he releases a couple of videos and statements. And all I saw was this morning,
Like a
yesterday
common
morning,
sense sort of truth.
exactly
sort of,
that, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the, like, you know, the way we talk,
Yeah.
I used to do that religiously with him every month or so. We'd go for breakfast, but it's just too hard now. Like, he's moved away, you know, I've moved, and we just got different lives we don't get to. But at one point, our timetable synced up really well, so we'd do it every like Tuesday morning. We'd be at Mocha's in the Glen for like 3 hours, man, just talking shit. It was the best.
It's cool.
But he literally put up a video. It just said, "I'm looking at a specific Valentine's Day trend. Check out my article." And I just wrote dick pics, and he wrote back. I didn't get to. He just said, "LOL, no." But I didn't get to respond. He goes, "What do you think of a mother and a daughter celebrating Valentine's Day and showering each other with presents?" And like in excess. And then he posted up like a thing, and there's a picture of like a teddy bear dozen roses, chocolates, and says, "Look what mummy gave me. Happy Valentine's Day, mum." Uploaded by a 30-year-old woman on social media. What are our thoughts on mothers showering their daughters with Valentines? Should platonic love be included on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I think why not?
You reckon platonic love should be included? Like as in your mate, your friend, your mum?
Yeah,
whatever?
why not? Why not?
Well, Johnny sent me a G-string yesterday.
He sent you a cup. It's just a sample.
So I thought that was quite romantic.
The studded thong.
Yeah, thanks for that. I actually enjoyed it.
Did you wear it?
No, well, I'm going to do it for you. But
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Honestly, man, Valentine's Day, I've sent my mum flowers, dude. On Valentine's Day, I've sent my mum flowers every year.
Yeah, why not?
For the last 10, 12 years.
Yeah, because it's a nice gesture. It's a nice gesture.
I think, it should include platonic love, or whatever. Because Valentine's Day isn't just about romantic sentiments. It's about
Just love.
Yeah,
Love.
appreciating anyone around you or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love Trollman, so why not?
And I appreciate Preacher and
What's the gay innuendo, man?
Trollman and the Preacher.
You know what's funny? Like they're just inventing like reasons to sell cards. Yeah.
Well, Hallmark were the ones that...
Hallmark. Yeah.
Yeah, came up with Valentine's Day.
Speaking to a Hallmark insider that I know, he's a merchandiser. Yeah, he said like literally during the dead season, because after Easter, then you've got is it Mother's Day?
Yeah.
The gap between Mother's Day and Father's Day
It's too long.
is massive.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to figure out ways to sell cards.
Yeah.
Because cards are something that you won't buy unless you need it.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense? It's
Yeah.
not like you can't impulse sell. You won't ever impulse buy a card.
No, he's like, ooh.
Yeah, like,
happy 59th birthday card.
I'm just going to buy a happy confirmation card just because.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Specific.
It's a big imbalance. I knew someone that worked at J. Sands as well, man. In the warehouse used to be in Clayton.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember
What's J Sands? Sorry.
J. Sands is like Hallmark.
Yeah.
It's
it's like a rival.
Hallmark's biggest competitor.
Cool.
But they folded. They got bought out by American. They were owned by American Greetings. Dude, that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize these conglomerates are just subsidiaries of conglomerates, conglomerates, and conglomerates.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like do you remember that? It was a meme a couple of years ago. It was a pie chart, almost like a pie chart of every major corporation, and then just split and just showed who owned what. And it was literally like four big nods
Not
at
many.
the top,
Not
like
many.
Nestle,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And they just trickled down and owned everything. Where it's
Yeah.
like, hang on, all these are competing brands.
Yeah.
You got Wes
Well,
Farmers.
they'll own all of them.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Wes Farmers. You got like all sorts of big things that So, yeah.
You hear that?
Siren.
It sounds like a siren.
I think we're going to war, boys.
It sounds like
World
the
War III,
Japanese
yeah.
one, mate.
That was the old school siren. When
The doomsday whistle, man.
we just both looked at each other like,
Like we're not in industrial, like not that far.
Actually,
residential.
when I got to Springvale last night, you know where you and I parked that time at that little car park at the top?
Yeah, near the golden leaf.
Yeah, when we turned up, there was like emergency, evacuation, and like one of the buildings was getting evacuated. Like,
Dude, I used to wake up to that every morning. No, like my building. All the sensors are faulty, like at the top level.
Yeah.
And if anyone sparks a smoke, not even just the sensors in the top level, there are alarms. There are smoke detectors everywhere. There's no smoking allowed anywhere in the building. Oops. But then you get, unless you're on the ground floor, obviously, in the basement.
well,
Where are you sparking up when you come? In the hallway?
I've smoked many a ciggy on your balcony.
No, the balcony's fine.
yeah, but those other rooms,
Communal ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're alright.
Oh, yeah,
but there's
that's right.
smoking and there's non-smoking.
yeah, that's right.
I'm
yeah.
talking like I got home the other day and there was like ciggy butts in the stairwell and you could just smell it.
Yeah, that's
'cause the
different.
smell
Man.
just
yeah, hit you
Yeah,
when you open the door.
ensconced.
Yeah, there's no air going through there.
No. There were faulty sensors in the roof, and there were a lot of smoke detectors downstairs, and a lot of the renters that you only see for 6 months to a year, and a lot of them being immigrants, like a lot of being either Slavic or South Asian or something.
Don't read the signs.
They don't read the signs. Don't register. They don't get it.
I will smoke if I want
They
to.
smoke, yeah, they all smoke, and it sets off the alarms. Or they're frying food and they leave their front door open so the smoke billows out into the hallway.
Yeah.
Dude, for the first month when I moved there, alarms are going off literally every week. It would be my day off. I'd be lying there, it'd be 6:30, 7:30 in the morning, and then just, emergency, evacuate, now.
Yeah, that's what it
literally,
was, yeah, it's
loud. Loud.
You're like,
And I became the guy everyone knew because I would always rock up with food. Like I'd hear it, I'm like, here we go. And one time, I swear to God, I was literally making an egg and bacon sandwich. I made it while the alarm was going off.
He took a traveller.
I rocked up with bags of chips, chocolates. At the start, everyone's like all panicky in their bathrobes. I'm sitting there in my shorts, like, what, man?
You come and ease the crowd with your treats.
I swear to God, it's not uncommon, man.
You go eat that?
Yeah, man. That was every day, every couple of days.
Yeah, but 3 like massive fire trucks rocked up and shit. It was pretty cool. Indy was obsessed with it. She loved it.
Man, tell her she can have a sleepover at my joint, man. Seriously, leave her with a Dora Explorer video. Just wait for the alarm.
No. Johnny and the little one camp out on your balcony.
Yeah.
Just wait for it, darling.
The
It's coming.
communal balcony. Yeah, at the back. And then he ends up living there. He's like, no, well,
Hey,
free
this is
rent.
alright.
You know what? That's a good idea for a birthday.
Tim, can I use your bathroom?
The fire. If she loves fire trucks and stuff, we did it for the twins.
Yep.
Just last.
What'd I do?
You can hire a fire truck.
Fire?
Yeah, like it's an old school, like for birthday parties.
And they rock up with the sirens.
They rock
and
up.
stuff.
Yeah, but
cool.
they take the kids for rides and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So it's like full crazy shit, man. Like I'll show you some pictures. But it's a good idea for a kid's birthday because the guy comes for an hour. It's like an older guy, retired,
Are we
fiery.
spruiking this this party idea? Like,
Yeah.
Reg's fire trucks.
It's pretty cool, man. Like
That's exactly what I was
Reg. Yeah.
Reg!
And they let you like do the hose, everything.
hose,
yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty sick.
Yeah, man.
So it's a good idea if she's into that kind
Yeah,
of
she'd
stuff.
love that.
Yeah, man.
What does that cost?
It's probably like I think it might be.
Buy Reg's slab and he'll do it for free.
I think it's like $200 or $300, but
Slab!
that means he'll take everyone for a ride. You can go on there as well. It's pretty sick. I'll show you some
Crown,
pictures.
like a slab of crown.
The
good drop.
Reg, here's $50 in a slab.
$50.
Look after
a slab of crownies and a box of all sorts or favourites or something.
That's the all sorts. The Whitman sampler. The sampler.
And he's fine. You picture him like red eyes, singlet, like, yeah, get on the back, mate, that'll be fine.
The fucking Whitman sampler.
Everyone, let's go. Just a grumpy cunt.
Like old school fire truck, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Is that the
India
actual
love
one?
that.
Yeah. And it's pretty sick, man. Like they give you fire hats and all that shit.
Did you have birthday parties as a kid?
I had family friends come over for a barbecue. Like, as in, if it's my birthday, it'd be like family friends.
Yeah, but not like send invites to kids from school and shit?
Nah.
Johnny, did you do them?
We've been down this path. I was wrapped up in religious.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
J-Dubs don't celebrate
Like,
birthdays.
the only time I had a birthday party, but it was at my grandma's house. And then I still sent out invites, but it wasn't like to a Macca's birthday. I never had a Macca's birthday or anything.
Yeah, I never
like
did a
that.
Macca's birthday.
It would always be at home. Like, what would we go there for? We can just do it at home.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of thing.
I remember specifically well, that's the thing. Yeah, like with like how Nick said, Greeks, like, just invite all the cousins, family, friends over.
That's enough for a party.
Every year we cut a cake for my birthday because it's so close to Christmas, like standard, you know what I mean? But as a kid, I remember maybe once or twice, like as in literally handing invites out.
Yeah.
Because I remember the photos. I'm sure my mum still got the photos.
Like, I got invited to places because all the Aussie kids would be like, oh, yeah, come to my birthday and
I
stuff.
went to a Macca's birthday. I didn't know what was going on. I went to the one in South Oakley. Right
Yeah, same. In that little room next door to the playground. And they go, oh, everyone sit here and stuff, and they bring you a little Happy Meal.
Yeah.
And, like, they bring you the ice cream cake or some shit. It was an ice cream cake? Is that what they...
Yeah, it was always the Macca's ice cream.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
The best one I went to was like a time zone lock-in session where they closed all the doors.
That's mad.
Man, that's
and you
sick.
play like Laser Hunt.
And whatever
Like,
you
the
want, like-
Laser Hunt came, and then you can just play any games you want for like 2 hours. Like,
How old were you when you went?
Primary school, so.
Okay. I remember, we'd done like even birthdays at bowling. I remember we'd gone to bowling a couple of times
Yep.
for birthdays, maybe early high school, end of primary school.
Yeah.
For other kids, though.
Yeah, other kids.
Yeah.
I just
And as I got older, it was just sitting around, smoke bongs and.
come over for my birthday. What's the difference? Birthday bong.
The double bong. It's a special... It brings out the special bong.
It's like all innocent ice cream cakes, and it's just bongs as you get older.
Did you ever name your bongs? Like Billy Bong Thornton? and
Yeah,
stuff?
we did. Actually, we did. Yeah.
Dude, actually, here's a thought. I'm just remembering primary school now. Did you have to hand out Christmas cards at Christmas?
The school made us.
Yeah, we did that.
You had to do it.
The primary school made us.
Yeah, in primary school. I didn't do it in high school.
No, they made us.
Yeah, I remember
To our classmates.
we had to go buy cards.
Yeah.
And I remember it every year. Like I remember getting the cards and actually writing the person's name, a message, which the message was always, have a
Merry
good Christmas and New Year from Demetrios.
Yeah.
But I remember I'd get cards from other people that were just like a cop out. It'd just be like my name, their name. And the message and the thing.
Yeah, whatever was on the card.
Yeah, I feel like, are you joking? What are you giving me this for?
The primary school made us. They used to make us. They'd be like, you have to do it. Like, do nothing. What are you fucking...
Yeah, like, I'm thinking about that. That was... like early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they forcibly made you to give out Christmas cards every year.
Mm-hmm.
Do they do it anymore?
No, I don't think so.
That's like.
I don't know.
Everyone sends e-messages now. All the kids send, like, on their laptops.
No, seriously. Like, would they force kids to do that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
But I remember everyone did it.
Yeah, everyone did it. Yeah.
Even if they weren't even if the kid wasn't a Christian or whatever.
Yeah, you'd have to say, I have
Yeah, 'cause I remember like a lot of the Bosnians and a lot of like the random Indians that we had.
Yeah.
That were like whatever.
What is this?
Yeah, even they had to do it. I still remember it. That wasn't that long ago.
I don't think...
Actually, speaking of which, man, I got a message from Paul this week.
Oh, yeah?
Paul up in Canberra.
Old dog.
Yeah, he said he was listening to the last episodes, the invasion episode, and the, what was the other one? We were talking a lot about the Aboriginal situation.
Oh, yeah.
What were we talking about? Which it was
About taking the land back.
Australia Day?
Johnny's family taking
it was Australia
their
Day,
land.
and I can't. What brought up the next one? Australia Day brought it up, and what was the other one that brought it up? I don't remember.
Wasn't it Mundane? That brought up the whole
Mundane.
thing.
The flag. Yeah.
He didn't want to stand for the
That's it.
Australian anthem.
This is what Paul said. He goes, he works in he lives in Canberra, obviously, and he goes, he works in an Aboriginal sort of workplace. So there's heaps of like Aboriginals, part of the community, like standard. You know what I mean?
Part of the community.
Not just an idea.
No.
that we don't know.
He works with them and stuff.
Yeah, he said there was because he was listening to the episode and then he'd gone to dinner that night while he was talking to me, and he said, he hasn't played the episode to anyone or whatever. Maybe we'll just to get some feedback. But he said, just so he goes, this is what he said. He goes, one story came up of a mate that you can pass on to Johnny if you like, about how close the history is to those affected. One of the guys at his dinner, his dad's dad was stolen generation, so his grandfather. So it's like
Not long ago.
us being at dinner and
Well, it's like your grandfather.
yeah, he's Jeff. His grandfather was taken from his removed from his town and then just taken away and told he was Indian and re-raised as Indian.
Jesus.
And he goes, that's not 1788 Captain Cook long distance shit.
That's 1960s,
Yeah.
50s.
He says, he goes, I'm not hating whatever. He goes, I'm lucky to be in a place. He goes, I have stacks of friends with Indigenous background, and the tent embassy is literally like 5 minutes from his house, man.
Yeah.
Literally.
Fuck.
And he says, there's a couple of books and articles to recommend, if we just want to get another.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a rapper called Briggs, and he goes, he's got some pretty good raps about it that's hit mainstream.
Yeah.
He showed me one of the tracks.
Yeah.
And then just went on to, he's talking about buying an old Forester Turbo.
Nice.
Yeah,
My man. Me lucky.
I thought it was funny, man.
He's a comedian as well, this Briggs guy. So, Adam Briggs is an Indigenous Australian rapper, record label owner, comedy writer, and actor.
Yeah.
So he's been in a bit.
There was like an Aboriginal rap on, I don't know if it's that guy or not, but it was on Triple J. It was actually really cool about just like Aboriginal people and, stuff they've gone through. It was really cool. I don't know if that's
There's actually a rapper, right? She's from Northern Territory.
Yeah.
She's half Greek, half Aboriginal. And I've got to try and find her name. It's something
interesting mix.
Yeah.
But I can see that because
a lot of the Greeks,
when the Greeks first rocked up, they all rocked up either in Darwin or Fremantle.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Massive Greek communities.
Well,
And then
my grandparents docked in Fremantle. My grandfather was telling me, he goes, we could have stayed in Perth, like Fremantle, but we ended up coming to Melbourne because all our mates wanted to, all our friends were going to Melbourne, so we just, obviously the Greek community just
my
followed.
uncle in Mildura, man, when he landed, he told me the dates. Like I remember I'd asked him specifically years ago. He landed in Freo or Perth, and then worked his way down. He ended up like in Adelaide, like towards SA, and then he went to Sydney for like 10 years or something, and then he went back to Mildura, and that's where he settled. And like, man, I've got family friends and stuff all through like South Australia, like towards NT, all in mining and shit like that. Just where the work was, man. And that's the other thing. Like they came here with nothing, so it's like we don't care. We just want a roof over our heads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
You could have been a Dockers supporter.
Fuck that.
I love it. That's what it comes down to. We're just whittling it away to
Being a Docker supporter. Yeah, that's her. She's
Yeah, I hear she can play the Zorba really good on didgeridoo.
Why
is the Zorba the go-to?
Every time, man. Every time. Why?
Yeah, say little G. She calls herself.
Quite pretty.
Yeah.
She looks like a Greek Aboriginal. Dude, speaking of the footy, I tagged this.
It's actually on tomorrow. Starts the JLT Cup.
GLT Cup.
It's like the
the NAB.
NAB Cup, but they changed the sponsor.
What's GLT?
Who's GLT?
I have no idea.
GLT.
Never heard of GLT.
Who are GLT?
Jokes Party Limited.
G or J?
J.
J.
JLT.
Oh, JLT.
What's JLT?
Let's have a look.
They're getting more obscure.
JLT.
Like next year will be like Reg's Fish Shop. You know, the guy just happens to have a few million to throw at the cup.
Reg's Fish and Chip Cup.
Yeah, man. Dude, I've been saving this meme. It went up on the 4th of January, and I keep forgetting to bring it up. I just knew you guys would appreciate it. Check this out.
The smell of failure with the Richmond
Cologne.
Richmond cologne.
Yeah, man.
The smell of
Yeah, man.
Cop that, Tigers.
Stop laughing, man.
It's so true, though.
It's the smell of failure. That's what the Tigers have. The stink of loss.
What's the Carlton one? The smell of shit.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I actually ran into Denham. Oh, hey, first round. Are we watching it at Marky Mark's
Yes.
this year?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw Denham at work yesterday, and he's just like, up the Tigers. I went, Tigers? And I go, oh, well, I go, Vickery's gone, you're going to have to figure something else out. And he just started laughing, like Vickery.
Tyrone.
Vickery.
So Thursday, the 23rd of March, is when the real shit kicks off.
23rd of March.
Thursday night.
That's my nephew's birthday.
You're going to come down to Marky Mark's? That was the first place I met you, Trollman. Was at Mark's house.
Yeah.
For the Carlton Richmond game.
And then
That's actually my nephew's birthday.
And I loved him straight away.
He just never...
It was love at first
we had
sight.
a bromance straight away.
Look back.
Nah, you know what's weird though? Like, I met Nick there at that opening round, right?
Yeah.
And I thought he was cool as fuck, and I just felt some kind of connection to him. And then I didn't see him again for ages. Now we're doing a fucking podcast together,
it's
man.
pretty
That's
trippy.
cool as
It's-
fuck.
You seem to forget that we watched like a dozen footy matches together.
But he
Like, at
wasn't
my
always
house.
there,
I
though.
wasn't always there, man. I haven't
He wasn't
didn't
always
see
there.
Nick that much.
Because I
after
remember
that.
the day you came and watched with your brother. We watched the Essendon game. We
Yeah,
lost
that was
it.
the worst.
We lost
I reckon
it.
that loss was
That
one
was
of the hardest
we were
to take.
all heartbroken. It was.
We were pacing up and down my building.
Yeah, I smoked a pack of smokes within 3 hours. I was just like. I remember Johnny getting up, like, we got pizzas, and he's like, I'm not hungry. Because you couldn't eat, because you were just so, because of the footy.
I was just-
And I remember him getting up and holding his hand on his head, going, this is fucked. This is fucked. This is fucked. That's all I could say. This is fucked.
Come on, man. I reckon the funniest footy sport reaction ever was Carlton. Was it Richmond again? Yeah, Carlton Richmond when who was that hack halfback we used to have? We always used to laugh about.
Bauer? No.
No, he managed to squeeze another year out of him just because he kicked the goal from the boundary.
I do it McLean.
McLean, that's it.
That is
McLean.
Brock. Yeah, Brock. I love it. He squeezed another year. Oh, Brock McLean.
Because he was on his last legs.
I told you I saw him.
Yeah, he kicked the goal.
Walking through the CBD.
He kicked the goal from the boundary with like 4 seconds
And that's what
left.
got him another contract.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember that reaction like no other.
We all lost it.
Yeah, we were pacing around because it was your old place out in the gully. Mm-hmm. Or was it Rowville, the gully? Where was it?
Rowville.
Rowville, yeah. Because I remember, like, your brother was just, like, doing the pace, and I was just walking around the couch, like, back and forth.
I wasn't watching. I had my head down.
Yeah. And then he snapped it from the boundary, and we've all just jumped.
Good
I
times.
can't wait till the footy starts again. As in, like, the men's footy.
Can you believe it's back? Like,
Well, it's on tomorrow.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Collingwood Essendon.
It's already back.
Because we don't play till next week. We've got the bye. I love Carlton get the first round bye.
Who do we play first up?
I'll look into that.
So wait,
it might be
Carlton Richmond isn't the opening game.
It is. But I'm saying for the JLT.
Oh, yeah.
Which they're an insurance broker.
GLT.
Yeah.
JLT.
I've never heard of them.
So
Are they actually an insurance broker?
that's what
It's
it's.
some backyard job. A front.
Well, the first match we play,
I wouldn't put it past us, man, to have a front.
No, me either.
first match we play in the JLT Cup is the against Melbourne next week at Casey Fields
Mark that as a win.
Who's Casey Fields?
in where is that?
Berwick.
Is it something like that? It'll be
Down
something
that way, Berwick.
Oh, it's a grassroots stadium. Really?
Yeah. Well, Hawthorn on Friday. Hawthorn played Geelong at the University.
Bogan standing on the boundary.
At the University of Tasmania Stadium.
University of Tasmania Stadium.
So pretty much TAFE, Tasmania. They've got like a patch of grass at the back.
Shittest of the shit, basically.
If Tasmania has a patch of grass, they get some white lines out. Like, yeah, this is right.
This is not up to spec. You'll be right.
Now, I was actually looking at the G last night because like I'd never seen a concert there, and we're just sitting there, and it was just filled. Like, I'll show you some of the other photos that I didn't put up on Instagram. it's impressive. Like, I was just sitting there like, fuck.
It's a sick stadium.
Yeah, it is. And I'd never been there at night to see a gig or whatever. And I remembered, like, man, we play footy on this field. Like, how big is it?
It's massive, yeah.
It's massive. You know what I mean?
Huge.
You know what got me, though? I was just when I was watching, you know when they do November Rain?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like Axel's got the piano.
Did it kill it?
Oh, it smashed it, man.
Yeah.
And he's just doing November Rain, and I'm just watching it, and I'm like, oh, and then like Slash is doing like a solo on his own for a bit as well. And then I'm looking around, and there's like 70, 80,000 people, and they're all just sitting there watching this one dude play music in the middle of the night in a stadium.
It's pretty sick.
And I couldn't get my head around it. Like, fuck, man. Like, and it's just a small fraction. To me, it looked like all the people in the world.
Yeah.
But that's just a small fraction of people on this planet. And what are they doing? They're watching a dude
Fixated on some dude.
play music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And imagine the pressure on him.
Yeah, like imagine the pressure, man. Like, I'll tell you what, man. Every time I go to these gigs, like when I saw Prince at I saw Prince at Rod Laver. Yeah, dude, killer show. But I remember just watching him do a guitar intro. I think maybe to Purple Rain. I can't remember what it was. And he was just soloing on his own, just walking around, like doing all these really echoey, like notes. And I was like transfixed. I was like, fuck, man. Like, this dude, like, the whole stadium again, you know, like, everyone's just focusing on, like, what he's doing.
You had a boner, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it was Prince, though, man. Like, that's...
And then I thought
Purple
about
Rain.
it, like, man,
Purple Rain.
that's fucked. Like, take the G. Like, 70, 80,000 people watching a dude sing a song that he wrote, like, 30 years ago. Like, the power that, like, commands. And then you're thinking about the rhetoric and, like, all the fucking propaganda, like, all the powerful leaders who command fucking like armies, man. Like, do you ever, okay, when I did HR, a lot of it was about oratory command and charismatic traits and shit like that leaders and, because it's all about, you know, management skill and all that sort of stuff. And they used Adolf Hitler as the biggest example, like, despite his intentions.
How to get the herd in line.
Dude, as an his oratorical command was insane, man. Like, he just starts losing it, you know what I mean? And just the passion and the conviction in his body language and all that sort of shit moves fucking mountains, man.
Yep.
And like, you go through, like, it was the last episode we were talking about, like, world leaders. I can't remember what it was, man. We were talking a bit about the royalty and all that sort of shit. I don't know about the Queen, man. I haven't heard her say anything moving or, like, inspiring, ever.
I've never heard her speak.
Once a year, she gives that Christmas,
A couple of stupid little words. Hello, my dear.
a couple stupid little words.
With Philip standing behind her looking all evil.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, then I thought about it, like, just through the years, all the dudes that have popped up and just had that command to move. Like, dude, I can barely have a coffee with you guys and get your attention. You know what I mean? Like, usually...
Say what?
See what I mean? Like,
Where are we?
dude, we're at work.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be at work, think about every job you've ever had.
I'm normally fixated on your crutch, the big bulge.
You can't see anything. You're on the other side of this table. Like, think about it, every job you've ever had. Actually, that's something I was going to ask you guys. I know a lot about Nick's history, but I don't know a lot about yours. Like, it's starting to dribble through. The jobs that we've worked.
Yeah.
What jobs you actually cared about? What makes you care about a job? Can you remember all the jobs you've done? You know, what do you remember that used to piss you off? What would have kept you there? Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I think about our work, yeah? As unforgiving as the hours are, and, like, people said to me, why aren't you still in event, like, hire? You know, like, what was so bad about that industry? And I said, it's the most, like, Nick would know it because he's in event hire
ball
now.
breaking.
It's a lot of work.
It's heavy work.
We're at the G, and I'm like, fuck, man. I go, I remember a concert I was actually at. Oh, what was that? I go, Sound Relief in 2008. We did all the flooring for that job. So I was there for the sound testing. So I saw the gig before the gig. So technically, you know, you could say it was a concert.
I remember you talking about that on one of the podcasts.
Yeah.
You found like dingers and drug packets was the
Oh, no, that was World Youth Day, Sydney.
Oh, sorry,
Same year,
something
though.
else. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just watching it, and I'm like, the work, like, I'm looking at the flooring at the G, like, from up in the grandstand. I'm like, fuck, man, I would have been part of the crew that put all that shit together.
Yeah.
Event hire is one of the most thankless. It's a thankless job.
Yeah.
Because your pay is peanuts. Like, I was earning maybe... Oh, I'd be lucky to say I was earning 3/5 of what I'm earning now.
Yep.
Maybe 2/5. And I had...
It's a lot of work, right, as well?
Dude, we set up Pearl
It's
Jam.
backbreaking, man.
Yeah,
Dude, Pearl Jam at Etihad. I laid all the flooring out for that and
cool.
some of the barriers. My shift there was literally 8 p.m. to like 9 a.m. Go home, get some sleep, come back at 7 p.m., finish it, come back. And then the next night, I was back there at like 11 p.m. midnight to clean up.
pack down and
finished.
Working like a dog.
Yeah, like slaves.
Yeah.
And I was earning nothing, man. I was
Just
earning
bodies.
half
Just
my
bodies.
wage. Half my wage now.
Wow.
But meanwhile, the companies, like the guys at the top, they earn the most money because they're big contracts. You know, like you got the contract to floor, you know, Etihad Stadium or something. It's not.
It's a lot of money.
We'll do it for a couple of $1,000. Like, nah, man. You got crews of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
You're paying everyone's salary.
Dude, you're looking at upwards of $500,000.
Yeah.
More.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I thought about it, like, what did I actually like about that job that made me stay there for as long as I did? Besides the fear factor of I need a job and there are no jobs out there.
Yeah.
Besides that, I can honestly say the work itself wasn't bad, as in I'd always be outside. Like, during summer, the contracts were great because I would always be outside, you know, fresh air.
Getting a sexy tan on that bulb.
Yeah, I walked around with like a jock strap, you know what I mean?
Just flexing.
And the team, like, you know, you're working like a team atmosphere. It's like a footy team, you know, like, you know all the boys and you all help each other out. Like, it's cool. But that's what I'm saying. More money and probably a bit more autonomy in that job would have probably kept me there.
Yeah.
Even like our job now, like, yeah, it's shit. We work in the dark. We work shit hours. It's a laborious job. It can be mind, like, just numbing.
Get paid sweetly, though.
Yeah, you get paid a pretty decent packet for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? If I had a few of my issues regarding the job itself, if I had them listened to and ironed out, I'd be perfectly happy to stay there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So I was just trying to think, what would keep you or at another job, or what would be the thing to leave? And shit management, man, is one big thing. I can't stand it. When, like, idiots, like, managers or whatever talk as if they're part of the situation and they're on your side and you don't
They're
believe
so
a
not.
fucking word like
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah.
So, like, integrity when someone speaks to you who's in a higher power of command or whatever, like, it's got to be there, otherwise there's no respect. That's what I was going to ask you. What are the other jobs that you've had? Like, I've talked about, like, me doing events, and I've worked at, like, another... I remember... I said I worked at Moose Toys, unloading shipping, and you said you worked at the other
Fantastic.
job. Yeah. And I thought, fuck, man, that's hilarious. You know what I mean? Nick and I, both of us, cleaned butcher shops when we were, like, early
Meat
teens.
and blood.
You know?
Yeah.
People used to say to me, oh, how can you stand the smell of a butcher shop?
Mate,
I'm like,
man up, bitch.
yeah. I smelt it on my old man, like, for the first, 20 years of my life.
We were literally like 11, 12 years old working at butcher shops next to each other.
Yeah, cleaning up blood. Like, off,
and we would
off
walk out
trays.
and just blood everywhere. Just like,
Dude, I wouldn't think anything of it. I'd just be in the back on the tray.
You know what? It was what it was. It is what it is. Yeah.
Money. Like,
Yeah.
I was 12 years old earning money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I was going to say. What are jobs that you've had, man? Besides, like, say, JB, the pizza shop. I think about that every now and then.
My first job that I had was working at Tasty Trucks.
really?
You know those little trucks that go out to the factories and they beep their horn, the guys come out to get the thing?
Yeah.
I used to just get there like really early in the morning and stack the trucks with food.
I was in pre-loading them.
Yeah, just loading them up.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
How'd you get that job?
Me and my mate just walked around the factory areas and just asked around and they said, yeah, come
You know
come
how
in.
I tried to get a job there? To do the baking for them?
Yeah, they had a huge fucking open window bakehouse where they all
I tried to get a job in there, do the baking, once I left Baker's Delight. So...
Really?
Yeah. Because apparently they're pretty good, man. Pretty good company to work for. So, like, if you've got a decent position, it's a good company to work for.
Yeah.
But, yeah...
You were too dirty.
Dirty, greasy wog, man. Nah.
It was a starchy environment.
No, looking at me, they would have thought, nah.
He's just...
Look at this guy scratching his crotch.
Tom
Unsanitary.
Tompkins is like the head of the baking
Yeah,
department.
blonde, blue eyes.
What's your name, Nicholas? Fair enough.
Yes, we'll call you.
Actually, my first job was a paper round.
I did that.
Oh, yeah?
Which,
I delivered leaflets, dude. What?
Me and my mate were bad. Like, towards the end of it, we're getting so jack of it, we'd just, like, dump the papers down trains.
Oh, yeah. I've heard, I knew dudes that used to do that, man.
I didn't do it for the whole time. It was just towards the end, we're jack of it, and we're just like, let's just dump these, we'll still get paid. You know?
You are such a bogan.
I know, we got away with it. I was young, man. I was young. We were
How
just-
old?
15?
Yeah.
23?
25, I don't know.
I mean, this cunt was scraping blood off butcher shop floors at 12, and you're like, couldn't be bothered doing a paper route. In the gully? Obviously.
In the gully, yeah, in the gully.
Yeah, I used to deliver leaflets for Cassetta. Remember La Cassetta?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a Porchetta rip-off, but just its own sort of...
La Cassetta, not La Porchetta.
Yeah, they had leaflets, man. I used to deliver them when I was probably year 7.
Yeah.
Year 7, I think. It wasn't bad.
We're just doing, like, catalogues, like, whatever. Fucking JB, Safeway, fucking catalogues and shit.
Where did you get them from? I've got no idea.
So there was this guy that ran the whole operation out of his garage in the gully.
He's just got, you know what I love? This guy's got like thousands of dollars of advertising material just sitting in his garage.
Yeah.
Next to his old HQ. That could just go up in flames.
I remember it vividly, man.
An old Cortina or an old Rotary just sitting there.
That's literally how it was. And he was so unorganised. There was just mountains of just papers, old ones, new ones, just like everywhere.
Smoke. Yeah, what's your name, Johnny? All right, get in here. Grab these.
I'm paying $5 an hour.
And he used to just give us
every 100.
He'd just give us like 5 separate ones. We'd have to collate them like into, which was never done properly.
Oh, Johnny.
Probably the worst paper round guy in Gully.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What was your favourite
job
job?
to Tasty Trucks?
Yeah. Was Tasty Trucks your favourite job?
Nah, that was just a little before school sort of thing. We did it before
go
school.
between. Okay, cool.
So we'd finish and we'd just skateboard or ride down to school.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then
Nuts.
JB Hi-Fi was my first proper job after school.
After school.
Which I really liked, and I had a really bunch of cool guys there, but just got over it in the end, like customers just annoying me and stuff, like, you know.
Was your side more retail? As in, like, what were you doing there?
I started off just in the storeroom and stuff, then I was in car audio, selling car audio stuff, yeah.
Cool. That's alright.
I did that for a year, and then I was just over it.
And I had, so this is the thing, a lot of people tell me, like, when they ask me about, like, my situation, like, with home or whatever, and mine's always like, I'm broke. I'm just, because of the building, you know, and all the repairs and all the shit, yeah, I mean, you know the situation. Because of all that, everyone's solution is always, I think you need a new job. I'm like, no, I don't need a new job. Okay, if I can't just leave and go take another job, because we actually get paid pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't have this job, I'd be completely fucked.
We do get paid well. Like, yeah.
We do get paid well considering the work that we do. It just sucks because of the conditions and all that other shit. All the little tweaks that would make it so much better.
It could be great.
Like,
if someone was to offer you more money and, like, a supervisory role.
Yeah. Then
Just
it'd be something to consider,
Yeah.
But not to take, like, another shitty job. Because I had a mate of ours about a year ago, a guy Nick and I went to school with, and he said, he's a concreter by trade. And he started working on, like, a lot of union sites in the city, like a lot of the big construction.
That's pretty sweet, man. Like, it's...
Yeah, and he said, do you want a job just as a barrow bitch? And I'm like, what's it going to pay? There's overtime, man. You get penalty rates on Saturday. I'm like, okay, what are the hours? And he said, start at like 7 in the city, finish at like long days, like 10, 12-hour days, and then there's overtime on the weekends if you want it. I'm like, so how do you get to sites? He goes, you got to find your way in. He goes, I drive to the station, then I train it in. I'm like, okay, where are all these sites? Is it going in the city or South Yarra? Like, all that way? I'm like, what's it pay? And he told me, and I'm like, dude, I earn like $200 more than that now.
Yeah.
And I literally roll out of bed and drive to work.
Just down the road.
See, he makes good money because he's a qualified concreter. So he makes the money.
But he'd be making all right money doing a trade.
And because he's qualified, he's on the union side. So they get their rates.
I'd be a barrow bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, mate, I make more than that now. Like, why would I fucking go and
work?
That'd be hard work, dude.
And you know what?
Hard
Working
work.
50 hours, 60 hours for less money.
And this is what, like, as soon as I said that, when I told him, like, what I make and my conditions, like, fair enough, fuck that. He goes, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a mate, a guy used to live in my building, and he messaged me a couple months ago, like, for whatever reason, like, we're just back and forth. He goes, are you interested in some labouring work? Because he's an engineer, or it's like some sort of civil engineer in construction. He explained his role to me, years ago. He's not there anymore. He left my building. Yeah. But he said, a couple months ago, he said, are you interested in the job? It may lead to site management. I'm like, all right, tell me the specs. Didn't get back to me, and then he messaged me yesterday. Like, I messaged him about something random yesterday, and he just tweeted me. He messaged me again, and he said, get this. He goes, would you consider a job as a labourer, which would then lead to site management? It should be better pay. And I said, what's the specs? And he said, send me your resume. And I said straight away, I'm not going to bother without a basic wage conditions, like, put forward. And he just wrote, this guy goes, don't be a fuckwit. I sort all that out. I'm trying to get you, like, a better path. And I said, man, I've been offered labour jobs, like, quotation, labour jobs with pathways, like, many times. Give me a basic job description, and I'll be interested. I go, forget even the description. I go, just give me a basic plus and minus equation.
Pay scale, give me something.
And he said, site labourer, OH&S representative, which I've done OH&S on as well. And he goes, twice C to the site manager. He goes, what's a minus equation? I go, and all these texts, he was responding within a couple of minutes. Then I said, what's it pay? Casual, permanent, super, overtime, expected hours, potential job sites, etc. That was the last message in the thread.
Ooh.
What do you say to that? As in, I'm the fuckwit because I'm asking for a job description and pay, and I broke it down to those words. And
It's pretty important. You need to know
As soon
that.
as I brought up what's it going to pay,
That was
that was the end of the conversation.
End of the convo,
and
man.
I guarantee I probably won't hear from him again for who knows until the next time comes up and we talk about music or something. Like, do you know, like that pisses me off. It pisses me off when people don't think that it'll lead to something better. Yeah, but what's the immediate start?
Because that's important.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's
like I've said it before. I'll take $100, $150, even $200 pay cut a week if I know that I'm going to get. Like, these are basically the variables, right? I will take a considerable pay cut if it means I'm going to be doing something I want to be doing, which I know will lead, even if it's mental relief or stimulation. If it's something I want to be doing, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
Right? I'll cop the $400 less a month just to be doing something I want to be doing with, like, my heart and soul.
Yeah.
Or if it's something that I can be doing where I'm going to earn considerably more money later in a not ridiculous amount of time, like, within 5 years you'll be a manager.
5 years, maybe.
Yeah. I'm 32 now, man, so 37 I'll be off apprentice wages.
Yeah.
Like, that's what pisses me. People say, go back and do a trade. Dude, I'm 32.
Too hard.
I live alone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've got bills.
Yeah,
Like,
too hard.
go be what does an apprentice earn?
For like $400.
That's not even rent.
$350.
now they're trying to push this whole adult
mature age
thing,
apprentice, yeah.
and you get help from the government as well.
Yeah.
But still, you earn. I looked into it because I was wondering what bakers get these days. Again, because back when I was baking, there was no pay.
I know, you were talking about it. Remember the really early
Yeah,
podcast?
fuck all,
you did
like-
the numbers and you said you were living on, like, nothing a week.
Nothing, man. And plus, we weren't getting pay rates, as in, like, like working after midnight.
Penalty, yeah, no
there was
penalties.
in the baking industry. There was nothing like that back
Yeah,
then.
it was
Now
just-
there is.
yeah.
So I'm like, you bastards. You know what I mean? So now bakers.
You were
are
too early.
earning-
You were too early, Trollman.
Yeah, like a qualified baker now might make fucking like $1,500 a week.
Yeah.
Back then, qualified baker will make like $700.
Spittle for working at midnight.
Yeah.
Spittle.
And weekends.
I just had him. It's funny. He's working in a bakery with copious amounts of bread and shit everywhere, like they could just give away. He goes home with a plain card and peanut butter smeared on it. Like, here you go, mate.
Enjoy.
Dude, I'm thinking of one job I went for, right? I went for the interview and I pretty much got the job because the guy loved me and I was talking
Blew
about...
him, didn't ya?
Did you sit on his lap when
I
you
sat
walked
on his
in?
lap? No.
Give him a bit of a rub.
He just sat down on his lap.
I don't know, he just really liked
Take
me.
a seat, Jonathan. He goes, he said, oh, no. Yeah.
Jenny sits on him. Listen, David. I really want this job. Now, what can I do to get
Can we
this
just
job?
let one thing go where we don't turn him into some sort of whore?
Because I went into the interview first before I got shown around, right?
Before I got shown around.
The back room.
The guy loved me for some reason.
Why are there no lights in this room?
This is where our photocopier is. Johnny's face planted against the photocopier.
Sorry,
Johnny.
door from the floor, and it's just a stairwell leading into
Only
the cellar.
the special ones allowed in here.
I don't know, I was just like... I was talking to him about motorbikes and shit, and he just loved me and shit.
Yeah.
Like, we got along, we hit it off, and he loved me from the word go. And but then he showed me it was in, I don't know if you've ever gone past, right? It's in Bayswater. It's like the most derelict looking fucking. It looks like an abandoned like factory area in.
Is that where all the
Bayswater.
shitty car yards are on the left hand side?
It's near there.
Do you know what I mean?
Which road? Which main road?
There's
Which
like
main
giant-
road?
It's fuck.
Canterbury Road.
No, it's not.
Isn't
yeah,
there,
it is.
Isn't there like an upper something road, like a Mountain View Highway and all that
off
kind of
Mountain
shit?
View, then you like off Mountain View stud like that. Corner
yeah.
towards Baronia.
It's the road where Macca's is and Dairy Bell and shit.
that is.
That's really
Yeah.
seedy and shit down there, man.
There's this one part, right? There's these giant silos, and they're all rusted. It looks like full derelict, abandoned. It's been abandoned for
Dude,
years, right?
when I did events, we got a lot of our steel and our fabrics and stuff done up in that way. Every time we'd have to take a wrong turn or we'd be in a truck to do a U-turn, like, where the fuck are we, man?
Well, it was in there, right?
Yeah.
And as I'm driving in there, I'm just like, am I in the right fucking place? Because it looks like there is nobody fucking here. And in amongst all this abandoned, derelict area, there was this carpet making factory.
Right.
Making fibers for the carpet. And I pretty much got the job. He told me, he goes, I love you, like, you can have the job. I'll show you around the factory. He showed me around. It was like a horror movie. Like, just working in this, like, pitch black, underground, dark, fucking dingy, smelly factory. and you're just like weaving fibers through carpet, and you got to
On a
wear
loom. You know those old school looms?
and you got to wear like these special masks, and it was fucking so weird, man. Like I thought I was in like
How was the
dream.
pay?
It was like it wasn't bad. It was like $800-900 a week. But I didn't take it just because it was so depressing. Just walking through.
You know what's
there.
weird, man?
It was so fucking depressing.
Dude,
I could not imagine going there every day.
I know.
I needed a job as well. But
I won't
didn't
name the
take it.
company, right? But as I said, we got a lot of steel from up there, and we got a lot of our fabric. You know, like on a marquee, you got the walls, the white walls. A lot of that got made up off that area. I remember the first time because I used to make return trips there all the time, you know, to pick up repairs or whatever. The first time I ever went was with a dude who had never been up there either, and we drove up in a truck. I'm like, oh, you Rob or whatever his name is? Like, yeah, mate, yep.
Robbo.
we'll bring the shit out, like in a second. Where do you want it? Which, you're loading it on this truck? Yeah, this one. I remember they opened the gate, like to the actual warehouse, like, to the actual production court, yeah?
Yeah.
And you gotta understand, like, these walls are all plastic and vinyl.
Yeah.
So there's like that plastic smell in the air. I got high just standing there for
And these guys are
20
working
minutes.
in there.
The guys came out that were loading all this shit up. I looked at them, and then I looked at the guy I was
Like
with.
zombies.
Okay, man, this is like some Hills of Ice shit.
Yeah.
It looked like the Land of the Lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was all, they were using either like guys with IDs or like some sort of incestuous community or something. Like no disrespect to any of them.
Yeah. But just the conditions.
It was fucking weird. Like
Yeah.
they'd literally been sitting there sniffing paint fumes for 5 years.
Yeah. That was like the other guys that worked there. They're all fucked as well, man.
And some
the
of them,
smell was so
and I remember
strong.
some of the interaction between the head dudes and them was like really shit. Like they're getting treated like crap. Like getting told off like dog food. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, what the fuck's going on here, man? I feel like we're going to be back here like rescuing everyone in the middle of the night. I'm serious.
Smuggling them out.
Yeah, man. I felt like we're just going to pull up, open a van door, everyone just gets in and we just drive away.
Go, go, go.
Yeah. Fucked, man.
Yeah, it was really fucking depressing, dude.
But those jobs are out there, man.
I needed a job and it was good money and I didn't take it just because it was so fucking depressing and dark in there and just disgusting. I don't know how people worked in there.
But that's the thing, man. Like, when you're willing to do whatever job, you know, to just get by. You know, at one point I wouldn't have said no to any job. I was just happy to get a job.
Got to do what you got to do, man.
But from there, I got a job at Kenworth Trucks, which I actually loved.
I
I
knew
loved
someone
it.
that worked at Kenworth.
I was installing truck stereos in trucks.
Really?
I was installing the seats, all the grills, all the headlights. It was a fucking sick job, dude. I used to do the windscreens. I knew like so many sections. And then it was like 2008 when the financial collapse or whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of our trucks got sent to America and stuff as well. So,
That would have been a cool job because you could have moved up in there, man. Like Kenworth, like you could
dude,
have.
from the time I started, I went through like heaps of sections, like really quickly.
I knew an engineer that worked at Kenworth. I don't think he's still there though. He moved overseas. He was a DJ slash like something. I don't know.
But yeah,
welder.
Yeah.
I really loved that job. But financial collapse and pretty much half the factory lost their jobs. And because I was one of the new starters, they said, "Sorry, man, you just can't." Yeah,
we can't keep you
They kept
on.
all the old timers on.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Keeping old timers on that are ready to fucking die.
But
Usually
loyalty.
inept at what they're doing.
That was a great job though. It was like $900 and like it was easy, like just
How long ago was this? Like when was the collapse?
2008, 8ish.
So 10 years ago.
Doesn't seem that long ago, but yeah.
$900 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, it was
that's
That's a good
good
wage,
fucking
man.
wage, man. I was earning, dude, 10 years ago, 2007. I would have been lucky to see 630.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
why
only-
I was so stoked. I was like in this awesome work environment. It was good money, but
$630 a week. How the fuck did I survive on that, man? I was still at home. That's the only way.
I couldn't live on that now. Like,
But now,
yeah, no.
what's the minimum wage now? Like I know I keep forgetting like what it is. As an adult, what is the minimum wage?
Well, think about this, man. Like I told you, like last time, I was on Apprentice.
Yeah.
And I was living with the boys.
But that was
like, paying rent.
2005.
Yeah.
That was 2005.
And I was earning fuck all.
2004, 2005,
Yeah.
sorry. Because I was at Holmes and TAFE then, so it's 2004. What's the minimum wage right now if you're going to earn money?
Stats man.
Yep, why not?
Did you see that Reinhardt? You know, the mining conglomerate.
The bitch.
Yeah. See what she had said? She said about wages. She was arguing that
Get too paid too
we
much.
get paid too much here
Of course she
because
was.
there are people overseas that are willing to work for a lot less.
Want to take your fat ass overseas
You're one
then?
of the richest women in the world.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
And you're complaining that we get paid too much money.
That's the mentality.
Is that nuts?
Oh, it's fucking disgusting.
Man, it infuriated
Yeah.
me, man.
I'm looking at this and it's infuriating.
And her face infuriates me as well.
The minimum hourly rate is $17.70.
Yep.
Right? But if you base that on no loading or anything like that, it's $672.70 a week.
So $670 a week.
Yeah.
$670 a week.
Yeah.
That's piddle.
Yeah.
Like, that's piddle.
It's not much considering rent these days is like...
But that's what I'm saying. What's average rent, man? Rent for a place? Rent in my building, man? Do you know what it is? $300 to $350.
Well, there goes half the wage. Straight away.
That's a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
So imagine a guy with a wife and a kid.
Yeah, forget it. School fees, food, bills, everything. No, forget it.
School fees?
Rent in my area is like $2,000 a month.
$2,000 a month?
Yeah, that's pretty good. But you got a townhouse.
Do you live in was it 4-bedroom or 3-bedroom?
3-bedroom.
Yeah.
3-bedroom townhouse by the beach, like, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know?
But still, I mean, like, we've looked around, like, it's still expensive.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely, man.
And that's just rent, man. It's not like your own place to be secure. But that's what I'm saying. How can, if the minimum, and there'd be people like $670 a week. That's it. What does that work out to? Like $18, $19 something an hour?
$17.70.
$17.70, yeah.
$17.70 an hour.
Yeah.
And that's before tax?
It's before tax.
Before tax.
I'd say,
man.
but they'd
So
get
it's like bringing home $540. $540, $560.
Yeah.
It's not much.
Dude, what can you buy with $550?
When you think about it, people on Centrelink get $250 a week. Is it something a week? Because you get 400 and...
$280 or something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because it's four... What do they get?
I think it depends on
fortnightly
your situation.
So let's say you're just a job seeker.
Dude, we did the maths.
Bottom rung jobs.
We did the maths nearly a year ago on like the
it hasn't
second or third
changed. It
episode.
hasn't changed.
Yeah?
Nothing's changed.
And we figured out that budget, like for the living conditions. But even just off the top of your head, imagine working 36 hours a week and coming home with $570 in your pocket.
Of course you'd quit. You'd be like, fuck this.
You go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And it's hard because if you've got a family and you both want to work, then you have to, and you've got a kid, you worry about like child daycare.
And if you don't have family,
one of your wages is gone.
Yeah.
Like the whole wage.
Well, think about it. If you don't have family to look after the kid, like your mother or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
You exactly, like Johnny said, you've got to pay for daycare. You've got to, like, fucking, it's ridiculous.
That's fucked, man.
So we're pretty lucky to be getting what we paid. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Cash money, man.
No shit. That's why, like, I'm grateful for the fact that I can live alone. Like, I'm struggling, but I'm still surviving. Like, I'm not going hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saving anything, not getting ahead, but I'm just surviving.
Imagine those people.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, fuck.
Just dead end factory work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. The second you're given an inch of autonomy, where you can actually take pride in like your work, and like you feel like you're being respected and appreciated, your whole mindset will change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I came to work for, say, one of you guys, and you just came, like, said, hey, man, take the Arvo off, or, you know, just sort that out.
Just little things like that, yeah.
That's enough to empower someone, man, but you get told, like you have no fucking brain whatsoever. Just, you know, do what we say. It's like, man, fuck, man.
That's like with some managers, like, they can make you feel so good so easily.
Yeah.
But a lot of them just don't do it. Like, they're just cunts. Like,
Yeah, because they think you're just a liability.
like, it's so easy to make people, like, if I was a manager, I'd know how to make people work for me, and I'd want to be nice to the workers. It's not hard. It's not hard to make people work for you.
Dude, when I was running the
there's
bakery...
so many cunts in charge.
You're right. When I was running the bakery in Carnegie, you know, just even for the apprentices, I'd be like, just little things, man.
Just little things that make a whole world of difference.
It's summertime, right? And we're working in a fucking bakery. Just imagine, those ovens are 350 degrees each, and there's 6 ovens. So I'd come in earlier, I'd get them drinks, like just things that would make it easier on them to work through. So I'd buy like Powerades and Cokes and...
Dude, makes a world of difference. And everyone's happy. Everyone's happy.
Because in baking, you can't really get a break. But I'd be like, all right, boys, go for a break. I'll take care of this. Don't stress. Take 15, 20 minutes. Because you can see them sweating like they're fucking dying. Yeah. Go outside, take a break, take a chill, have a smoke, do whatever you want to do. Just little things like that. Because they'd come back in and they'd work their fucking ass off.
Yeah, man. Totally.
And they would work for me.
Totally.
Man, it's so fucking weird you say that.
Just being included as well into like
absolutely.
the whole way everything runs.
Talking to them like an equal.
Dude, one of my first jobs, I've talked about it, the cookie factory.
Yeah.
Hey, there's another fucking thing, man. I worked in a cookie factory. with fucking baking ovens, man. 350 degree
and
baking ovens.
You know what it's like. It's hot as
fuck. Like you're sweating.
Man.
Usually on Saturdays, because I ran the cleaning thing, right? And I kept that place Mickey Mouse because we had HACCP inspections every, whatever. Every Saturday, the boss would always fuck off after like 1 or like 12 at some point.
Go to the brothel.
Yeah, the boss and the owners, all the top set heads would fuck off, and it'd just be me. Dude, when I started there, I was like 15, 16, and I had that job till I quit right before I went back to school to do audio engineering, so 2005. So I would have had it from 2001, 2000 to 2005, man. Like, so I was there for 4 or 5 years. It was only, like, after school, you know what I mean? Like, 10, 15 hours a week. Like, no more than that. Maybe, no more than that. Yeah? But every Saturday, it was me sort of running the show in there, and I had 3 to 4 other kids that were there as well. 2 of them, like, one would be doing packing, like biscuit packing at the front of the shop.
Yep.
One would be cleaning, one would be doing maybe ingredient prep and cleaning, and then maybe there'd be another one doing packing or something else. You know? But we all busied ourselves, but I was essentially running it because I was the oldest. Exactly like Nick just said, man. Once the boss left, I'd go across the road, I'd buy cans of soft drink for everyone, and I'd buy like a pack of something. Couldn't really have food because we're in a workplace where we had to keep...
Sanitary.
Yeah, sanitary shit.
And you had to, yeah.
But drinks, standard. I would shut the front, blinds down, I'd put the music on, open the back door.
Everyone's happy.
And everyone like charged through, man. We'd be sitting there just singing songs and fucking sweeping up like machines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had the advantage of working in a bakery, so I used to make them, like, once a week. We used to do, like special, like, stuff that we wouldn't serve on the shelves. I'd make them, like, pizzas, just, like, special pizzas and stuff. Like, well, all right, boys, what do you want on a... shit like that. Just, like, go make your own stuff and I'll chuck them in the oven for you, you know?
People respond to that shit big time.
Man, and those boys worked their asses off, and I made them feel like equals, man. It wasn't like, I'm in charge, fuck you, go do that. I would always, and because I was leading the team, I didn't have to work as much, but I did.
Yeah.
Because we get things done together.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
You're all in it together. So
Absolutely,
why not?
man.
Yeah.
And things get done properly, and it's all progression, man. Like, but you get some
And
bosses.
it really annoys me, man, with when people say, yeah, fuck off, we're full, or some shit cunt immigrant, like, worker, it's fucking useless, la 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 la. It's like, dude, the guy was probably a fucking engineer from wherever he came from.
From Russia.
And it's the truth.
From Russia.
Yeah, they're fucking, like literally, man. Like, they're literally, because education is such a big deal, like, overseas. Whereas here, like, everyone drops out at 16. It's like, don't fucking...
Or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You know? But, like, there, man, I'm telling you, like, a lot of the Greeks, like, the older generation, like my parents' age, they push their kids to go overseas and get an education or be educated so you can go overseas. And they're complaining about it now. The current thing, my mum was telling me about it. She'd gone to a seminar about it. They're complaining about it in Greece, saying that all our valuable assets have left. Like Greece, you know, all the younger generation, they don't give a fuck about us. They're all leaving to go to, you know, the UK or America or Australia or Germany, you know, to get, you know, they're just leaving us out in the rut. And my mum was saying how, at the seminar that she was at, she was saying about how the lecturer was saying, we pushed our kids for a better life, and we pushed them to be educated, and we pushed them to go seek opportunity, and now you're going to be pissed off that they're actually doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How dare they?
If
If anything, they're going to come back in 10, 15 years, they'll have money behind them, and they'll be educated, they might be able to pull Greece out of the rut. Does that make sense?
Totally.
And it's like, yeah, you spend your whole, like, life raising them to be educated and explore options and shit, but, like, when it actually means leaving to do something better, then
How dare they?
How dare they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucked, man. I guarantee you speak to anyone, like, man, I remember, that, again, the events joy, man, the Indian that I taught how to speak English, his family back in India, they owned, like, a pharmacy, and he had some sort of degree, like, in pharmaceuticals. He came to Melbourne to clean walls for $15 an hour.
The cook.
And he was a cabbie. Yeah, he was a cabbie. You got a license to be a cabbie, like, on the side.
Yeah.
On the side! That's fucked.